Mittal, your thoughts?
Well, I would say, first of all, this budget is in continuity on growth orientation as well as on the inclusive agenda of the government. That is something which I believe is the fabric which continues, and we've seen this in the past year budgets as well. And I think more importantly, containing the fiscal budget within fiscal deficit within 6.4% in spite of all the pressures the government had is a clear sign that the roadmap to 5.9% next year and 4.5 by 2025 is something which is doable, and I see that will happen. I would have never seen a very high focus on the manufacturing side, which in the last couple of years we've seen, including the PLI schemes. We've seen 150 plus manufacturing units on mobile phones, and with the custom duty exemption or concessions which have been granted, that will bring down the prices of mobile devices. But I think more importantly, I would say 2 or 3 big areas of focus which I saw. One was setting up 100 labs, 5G labs in engineering colleges across India to develop solutions on smart classrooms, on precision farming, on healthcare. So I think these are the areas where 5G will be the rock bed or very strong foundation to carry on all these initiatives into the rural hinterland of the country. So unconnected will become connected with a high rollout of 5G and availability in the next year and a half.
So in other words, a very technology-driven
that is right.
That is right. Push, yeah.
The second, I would say, on the tourism, that was a big focus which the finance minister talked about. And more importantly, in public-private partnership and a mission mode. I think anything which Prime Minister Modi has launched in a mission mode has had great success, and we've seen huge positives coming out of there. A DBT scheme to scale 47 lakh youth on tourism. I think these are the things which will not only generate employment, but also bring in tourists not only from international overseas countries into India, but more domestic tourism as well. If we see the last couple of years, a lot of amount have been spent on infrastructure. We also saw 10 lakh crore being provided on the infrastructure for the next year. I mean, all this will lead into religious tourism, medical tourism, which are huge opportunities for India. On the farming side, agriculture, I think clearly I am seeing a crop diversification program focus by the government. We heard her talk about millets. We heard also moving 1 crore farmers into natural farming. I think all these things are to ensure that the yield per hectare productivity goes up, farmers' income move up, and more importantly, can we look at technological interventions in the farming sector? So I would say all in all, this is something which are huge positives. Launch of aspirational 500 blocks will ensure that there will be a lot of investment going in.